So we've recently completed a very complex project for an organisation working in the disability support sector. And this project required them to scale up fourfold as an organisation so they could provide support services to about 800 individuals living with disability across group homes and respite services. So quite a complex and very quick scale up. One of the things we worked on with this organisation was the upfront strategy piece. So as an organisation, within 18 months, how do we scale up and provide those services? What does that mean from a technology perspective? And we spent a significant amount of time on that strategy piece, co-creating that strategy piece with the client. And at the outcome of that strategy piece, we had a very comprehensive, well-considered approach to how we would scale up, how we would provide services, how we would meet the Department of Human Services regulations around security, disaster recovery, and performance, and how we would guarantee essentially that for the 800 individuals living with disability, when they transition services, that transition would be smooth. And for the additional 800 staff members coming across, how we would make sure that transition was smooth. So once that strategy piece completed, we then moved into starting to build out the technology solutions. And we went through a proven methodology which we have used time and time again around building a solution based on a strategy, and then testing that solution, and then having the Department of Human Services test that solution and our client test that solution, and refining that and then providing training on that solution for new employees, for people providing care. And that build process was quite complex. There was a number of checks in that process, but it wasn't probably the hardest part of the project. I think the hardest part of the project, and one of the reasons that we were involved or chosen to partner with our client on this project, was we had to provide 73 new sites with going live over 2 weekends. So we spent 18 months from start to finish on this project, yet there was 2 weekends where we had to switch on services. So you can imagine the preparation that goes with that. And we had to build a centralized platform for business systems, for their data, make sure that was protected and have disaster recovery and business continuity built into it. We had to deploy voice services on top of that platform to 73 group homes and respite services. And then on a particular weekend, so 2 weekends, weekend one, we delivered 45 houses with access to these new services. So we'd have a kit of technology, already pre-built, already tested, documented, training provided, and our team would go out to 45 houses on a weekend and implement that technology. Set up the computers, set up the routers and the voice services, test everything, go through a checklist, test, tick it off, and report back to a central project manager, which we're also providing, who was coordinating services over the same time. And for each of those houses, it was a matter of turning off previous infrastructure, turning on new infrastructure, making sure that the staff in those houses knew how to use everything which was there. So come Monday morning, they can come into work and biometric clock-on device was working. They can then log on to systems, they can get access to care plans for the people they were supporting, and then go about their day, pop in their timesheet, get paid. So all of that had to be thought through and delivered, so that it went through without a hiccup. 45 across one weekend, and then another 20 something on a following weekend. So humanIT, one of the things we brought to the table was that ability to not only develop a strategy of how an organisation, how that client would scale up fourfold, but then also designing the technology behind that, the platform and the security and the performance, and testing that, and being open to be scrutinised by the Department of Human Services to make sure that that met their requirements. And then the ability to scale up, project manage and deliver and turn on services over 2 weekends. And at the end of that transition, then also provide support services, ongoing services to those individuals who are turning up to work on Monday and saying, oh, I forgot my password, I don't know how to print, or I don't know how to do this, or I was using Lotus Notes and now I'm using Outlook. How does that look and feel? Can you show me a few things? So it was that end-to-end services why we've chosen, and our ability to provide value along the way at every step.